Hi everyone, it's Aletta, and in this video I'm going to show you how to upload Affilo Theme to your self-hosted website. Now this is for people who have their own hosting with maybe somebody like HostGator or Namecheap or GoDaddy or even Affilorama Premium Hosting. If you're not using our super simple one-click install dealio, then you need to upload Affilo Theme manually to your website yourself. And this shows you how to do it. The reason we need to show you how to do it is because if you were to try to upload Affilo Theme using this feature inside WordPress itself, it would give you an error because Affilo Theme is quite large and WordPress doesn't like it being quite so large. It's large because it has so many child themes installed, so many different layouts and options and things like that. It makes it quite large and it sort of chokes in WordPress when you try to upload it. So we just need to do it slightly different way. It's not too difficult. In this video I'm going to show you two different ways of doing it. The first is the way we recommend because it doesn't require any software downloads or anything like that. So give this one a go first, and then I'll give you another option if that one fails. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you've downloaded Affilo Theme itself. So for Affilo Jetpack members who are hosting by themselves, you can find Affilo Theme inside, I'll go back to the start so I can show you. Inside Affilo Jetpack, inside the niche that you're building, and then just come down here to Affilo Theme, and you'll find the button here, and this will download Affilo Theme for you. If you're an Affilo Blueprint member, you'll find it lurking here in Affilo Blueprint. This download button over here will download Affilo Theme for you. And when you download it, make sure you keep a note of where you've downloaded it to, and don't unzip it just yet. It'll come as a zip file. Just leave it zipped at the moment because that's how we'll upload it as well. So once you've downloaded Affilo Theme and you know where it has gone, then you want to log into your website's control panel. Now hopefully your website has a control panel of some variety. There are a couple of different kinds. If you're with someone like HostGator, they use cPanel itself, so you'll have a login and a password that'll look something like that. You can normally access cPanel by going to your domain name / cPanel, and that will redirect to something that looks like that, and you can put in your username and your password. You will have been given your username and your password when you created your website, when you set up your hosting initially. They will have sent you an email. So check back through your email and see if you can find that. Otherwise, contact your hosting provider and they should be able to point you in the right direction. If you are using Affilorama Premium Hosting, you can come in here and you can just access your control panel through this big green access button. It looks slightly different from the cPanel thing, but they're basically the same. It's just cosmetic differences. So I'm going to do this through Affilorama Premium Hosting. I click on Access, and I'll see something like this. Now this is the one I'm interested in, File Manager, and I think in the cPanel one it's called the same thing. It'll just be a bit further down the page. Where are we? So once I'm inside here, I'm going to click on File Manager. And then I will go into public HTML by clicking on this little arrow, or double clicking on the file, I think. And if you don't have something inside your hosting that says public HTML, it might be called www. I have seen that before. So look for either public HTML or www. You'll know if you're in the right place because you'll see all this WordPress stuff in here, these WP things like that. Oh, I forgot to mention, this method assumes that you have already installed WordPress. If you have not installed WordPress yet, that's a topic for another video, which we'll probably have a video for. Okay, so if you come in here and you see all this WP stuff, you're in the right place. You want to go into WP Content and WP Themes. This is your Themes folder. This is where we need to get Affilo Theme. So click on that to make sure it's selected. And come back up and look for something that looks like an upload button. I think this looks like an upload button. Yep, and click on that. And we're going to go and find out where we downloaded Affilo Theme. I put mine on my desktop because I love a cluttered desktop. And then just click on Open. Now I'm on a Mac at the moment, but for you guys on a PC, it'll probably be similar. Again, cosmetic differences, but it'll be basically the same. Now this will, and then I think I need to click on upload. This will start the upload, so I might just pause the video, come back. It could take a little while. It says it's going to take 1 minute 35 seconds. We can't wait that long. I'll pause the video and come back. And boom, through the magic of television, that has uploaded. So now I'm going to click close, and it's going to refresh everything. And you'll see that it hasn't actually gone into the right place. You see it's popped itself up there. So what I'm going to do is drag it into the themes directory, and hopefully that works. And are we in the right place? Yes, right there. So I guess the moral of the story is maybe double click on the themes folder before you start uploading things, just to make sure it goes into the right place. If Affilo Theme doesn't go into the themes folder, then you're not gonna see it. You're not gonna be able to activate it or anything like that. So just make sure it's hanging out here in the themes directory, and if it's not, just drag it in there or something like that. So now this is in a zip file at the moment. We need to extract it. So I just right clicked on it, and I'm looking for a word that says something like unzip, extract. In this case I see unpack, which I guess is a synonym, so I'm going to click on that and see what it does. And after a little wait, I can see that I now have Affilo Theme 2 as an extracted file right here. So that looks pretty good to me. What I'm going to do is come back here to my themes. So these were the themes that I had installed on the site before, and I'm going to refresh the page and see if Affilo Theme pops up. Hey, there's Affilo Theme. So to activate it, just click on activate. And that has installed Affilo Theme, just like that. So one thing I forgot to mention before, if you're back here, if this is an add-on domain, if this is a second or third or fourth domain that you've installed on the same hosting account, instead of going into public HTML to find your WP content stuff, you will probably need to go into public HTML and then look for the name of your domain and open up that folder, and inside that you'll find all your WP stuff. So don't do it straight in the root directory here, because it probably won't be the right place. This will be your first website that you ever set up. You need to find the second, third or fourth website that you've installed, go into that first, and then do just what we did before. So that's the first method for getting Affilo Theme onto your website. The second method is uploading it via FTP. So you'll do this if you don't have a control panel with your hosting provider, or you don't have a file manager or something like that. So the way to do that is to, first of all, unzip Affilo Theme. So I've got Affilo Theme right here. Normally you should just be able to double click on a file to unzip it. If you don't have an unzipping thing built into your computer, you can get one called 7-zip, which should be able to unzip it as well. But normally, whether you're on a Mac or you're on a PC, you should just be able to go like this. Boom. And it will pull out all those files. And that is now extracted on my desktop. So that's the first thing you need to do. You can't upload it zipped like we did last time. You need to actually extract it first before you upload it. And the second thing we're going to do is using Firefox, which hopefully you will have installed on your computer, otherwise you can install it separately. We're going to use a Firefox add-on to do the FTP-ing. We used to recommend a software called FileZilla, which we still recommend, it's still fine, but this is just a really easy tool that can just be added to Firefox, so you don't really need to download anything else. So to get that, go to Tools, go to Add-ons, and then do a search for Fire FTP. And you'll see the first result here looks like a little seahorse for some reason. And come over here and click on Install, and it'll be really fast installed on your copy of Firefox. So you just need to restart Firefox first, and it'll be installed just like that. Now to use it, go to Tools, web developer, and it'll appear down the bottom here is that little seahorse again. Click on Fire FTP and you'll see something that looks like this. So I've actually been in before, but what you'll need to do is click up here and go create an account, because you'll need to enter your FTP details here. Now your FTP details, as I mentioned before, you will have been sent these when you first set up your hosting. This is the email you get from Affilo Premium hosting, but yours will look something like that too. And you'll just have this information in here, usually under a headline FTP. You'll have your username, you'll have a password, and you'll probably have a server name or something like that, or an IP address that you can enter. So we need this information. So my username is my domain name. Yours might be different. That's my password. There's no way I'm going to remember that. And my server name is ftp, howtotrainthatdog.com. So I'll just pop on back here. I'm going to call it How to Train That Dog. Terrible domain name, by the way. Not a very good domain name. And that was my password. And my host was ftp, howtotrainthatdog.com. And my login was just my domain name, wasn't it? Howtotrainthatdog.com. So I'm just creating an account here and go OK. And then to connect to that, I'll just click on the connect button. And you'll see a bunch of green text and stuff scrolling on down the bottom here. If you get a horrible error message down here at this point, and this is the problem with FTP, sometimes you get horrible error messages. First of all, check that you've got all those details correct, your FTP, your host name or the IP address, the login and the password. Check that those are correct. If you still get an error message, check that your hosting provider doesn't lock FTP and require you to unlock it first. Affilo Premium hosting, for instance, in here requires you to, I'll just click in here, requires you to unlock FTP for your IP address or for a certain period of time, 1 hour, 4 hours, 24 hours, something like that, and then you can lock it again. This is for security purposes, so if you're having troubles, just check that your hosting provider doesn't do that. If you continue to have troubles, you might want to contact your hosting provider and just check that you've got all those login details correct if you do continue to have trouble. So I didn't have any trouble, so what I've got here is these are all the files on my computer, and over here are all the files on my domain name on my hosting. So the goal is to get Affilo Theme from here to this side over here. So what I'm going to do is navigate around here and find where I've got Affilo Theme extracted. It's right there on my desktop. And now I need to get this across here to the right place. So first of all, I'm going to find the right place. And we come down here to that WP content file again. Again, remember, if you're using an add-on domain, if this is not the first domain that you've installed on your hosting, you'll need to find the correct folder for that domain first before you go looking for the WP content stuff. And then click on Themes. And so this is where we want to get Affilo Theme into. So the easiest way to do that is to select Affilo Theme, select Themes, and then click the arrow to go across. I think you can also just click and drag it across here as well. So that will begin the upload. You'll see things flying across the screen down here. This can take up to 30 minutes to upload because all those files have been extracted. There's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of little files, so it can take quite a while, so you might want to go away and have some lunch or something like that. I'll pause this video and get back to you in a moment. And I'm back again. That took about 45 minutes actually. You can't see it here, but what I'm going to do is hit refresh. So we'll refresh the file list and you can see it's in there. I think it's meant to automatically refresh, but it's not for some reason. So if you don't see Affilo Theme, don't panic. Click on this little thing and it'll probably pop up. So right now I've got Affilo Theme in my themes directory, so let's check and see whether it's appeared in WordPress. We're back to WordPress and Affilo Theme is right in there. Again, I'll click on Activate. And again, that's good to go. So that's how you upload a Affilo theme into your own hosting. Hope that helps, and I'll see you next time.